For more than a decade, Australia has given jobs to more foreign engineers than homegrown ones, with claims there's a major lack of interest in the profession.
Now a group of top universities has come up with a different idea to make engineering more attractive to young women, enlisting the help from DJ duo Nervo.
When we did engineering, we were the only girls in the class. And so when we were approached to get behind the project, it just made sense. It really resonated with us.
It did. We loved it that they were interested in showing the world that there's engineering in every aspect of our lives. And
in the makeup we wear, in the lights that are at the shows.
in the stage that they put together.
Not just in the music that we're making.
Yeah, it's very cool, I think.
And a very cool and groovy looking video as well. One of the people behind the campaign is Dr. Alex Bannigan, manager of the Women in Engineering Initiative at the University of New South Wales. Alex, good morning.
Good morning, thanks for having me.
That's a very glamorous way of presenting the idea of engineering.
It is. Well, obviously we're not trying to show that what they're doing there is engineering, but if you watch the whole music video, it actually shows a group of young women creating sort of Android versions of Nervo, and that's a reference to the kind of work that engineers do.
What is it that engineers actually do? Because there seems to be a very narrow definition, and even those of us who know engineers know very little about what they do day to day.
Yeah, well, that's the thing about engineering. It's incredibly diverse. Most people think of engineers as civil engineers. You know, they picture construction sites. But in fact, there's engineering behind the food you eat, the makeup you wear, your cochlear implant or pacemaker. It's behind the apps on your phone. So engineers basically are about, the way I think about it is science is about understanding how the world works. Engineering is about taking that understanding and then using it to solve problems and create new things.
So what are the key roadblocks to women who are doing very well in secondary level, school level, in mathematics and science and the like? What's the roadblocks to them actually being either interested in or encouraged towards a degree in engineering?
I think the biggest roadblock is that they don't hear about it. I remember when I was at school, I loved science and I had no idea what I could do with science. And I think that it's the same with parents. Parents don't necessarily know where science subjects can lead to.
Yes.
And the parents often have a misconception of what engineering is too. Boys get naturally pushed towards engineering as a default. But if girls show aptitude for maths and science, they're more likely to be pushed towards medicine.
Right.
So, or maybe physiotherapy or something like that. So there's just, I think the whole of society has a bit of a misperception.
That's the gender stereotyping around women going into the caring professions and not going into sort of, you know, for want of a better term, the more sort of hardline intellectual professions.
And to be honest, a lot of women say that their motivation for studying engineering is because it can help people. So there's all kinds of applications, whether it's in medical devices or delivering clean water to communities in a developing country or making technology more accessible to people with disabilities.
What is the gender discrepancy like in the profession broadly?
Oh, only about, probably under 15% of engineers are female at the moment.
And what about at our universities?
At the universities across the country, the average is about 17%.
Right.
At UNSW, we've got about 23% female.
So it's changing?
It is changing. And even since we started our Women in Engineering program a couple of years ago, we've seen it going up slightly year by year.
Well, here's some, we've got lots of comments this morning in on this and all sorts of kinds, but this one really struck me. Michelle writes this: my daughter graduated from the University of New South Wales as an aerospace engineer, but jobs in Australia are non-existent. So what a waste. So while we're here this morning encouraging women to do this as a degree, Michelle's saying there are no jobs.
Well, I think it depends what field that you're looking at. Aerospace, obviously, we don't manufacture a lot of airplanes in Australia, so that would be one of the ones where there would be fewer jobs.
So where are the jobs in engineering?
Well, a lot of people come to Australia on skilled work visas to be engineers, and those people mainly come to work in software engineering, civil engineering and electrical engineering. So those would be the areas with the most jobs that we're trying to fill, and at the moment are getting people from overseas to fill.
They're not the really exciting engineering jobs that, if you're encouraged into university, you would then want to go on and do as a career.
Yeah, software engineering is the coolest thing there is. I don't know why everybody in the world doesn't want to make an app. But we actually have, you know, Australia's really good for biomedical engineering.
Yes.
Cochlear is an Australian company. We also have ResMed here in Sydney, and there's several other companies where biomedical engineering graduates go into work, and hospitals need them. That, you know, there's stuff around.
I wonder what it's like for the men in the profession who dominate the profession, what it's like for them, because I don't know a lot of men who would opt to work in such a male-dominated environment necessarily.
Yeah, some of the men I talk to said that they would prefer to have more women around them in the workplace too. And I speak to a lot of companies about what we're doing at UNSW, trying to get more women into engineering, and they are, every single one of them, really excited about it and want to know how to help because they want to hire.
But it does seem like the pressure point now needs to be that Australia as a society, our economy, needs to grow in such a way that there are more opportunities and more diverse engineering opportunities for not only women but for engineers.
Yeah, I think if we're really going to go down that innovation route that everybody keeps talking about, we do need to make it a field that is attractive to people and it's prestigious and it's something that people actually aspire to do. Other places around the world, to become an engineer is the absolute pinnacle of achievement. And so if we can make that the same here, whether it's in tech or it's in, you know, construction, doesn't matter.
Alex Brannigan, I think it's a really interesting conversation and it's clearly struck a chord with our viewers this morning, so thanks for